Have been here all morning long working on negotiations since 2:45. I'm going to step away to the side and show you what this scene looks like here. You can see Grand Rapids Police as well as SWAT team and the crisis negotiation vehicle is here off of Sigsbee and Benjamin, again in Grand Rapids. Now, what we know about the homicide is that it took place on Otelia around 2:30 this morning. Police say the victim was a woman in the suspect's building and there was some sort of altercation that eventually led to the homicide. Now, shortly after that, the men fled and came here, which is a relative's home. That's where he's currently kind of taking shelter from police. Now, police located his vehicle on Sigsbee at 2:45 shortly after the homicide. They made contact with him actually just outside of the home, but then fled back inside. Negotiations have been ongoing since then. You can actually hear them in the distance right now, probably too faint for the microphone, but you can hear them ongoing. Now, the crisis negotiation team and SWAT team is here, as well as multiple police vehicles and heavily armed officers. We spoke to Wachowski with Grand Rapids Police. He is telling me now actually that neighbors in this area, anyone on their way to work, should avoid the area at all costs.
We know nothing that I can divulge at this point in time about the victim, so other than she is deceased.
Should neighbors in this area be concerned right now?
Yes, anybody that is in this general area should steer clear. Obviously, people are going to be waking up, and if anybody is coming into the area for whatever reason, to steer clear the essentially the wealthy Fuller area.
Okay. And the suspect has been communicating with you guys?
The suspect has been communicating with us, correct.
Okay. What extra measures are you guys going to be taking to hopefully get this resolved soon?
We typically, our special response team and our crisis negotiation team work hand in hand. It's all about peaceful surrender, so we could be out here all day, and that is the sole goal. Using extraordinary means is usually a last resort. Typically, it's a waiting game, so we'll just continue negotiating with them. We have time on our side.
And that waiting game is still ongoing as negotiations are still ongoing. Police say that they believe the suspect is still inside this home with the weapon that they believe he used in the homicide, again, that took place early this morning, because that weapon was not recovered. So again, we are standing by. They say that the suspect has actually been communicating with police all morning long. He's been cooperative, other than the fact that he won't come out of the house at this point. So they say that they will stay here until he comes out. Now, I did ask the question, given that this is a residential neighborhood, a relative's home, are there any kids in the house? He says no kids in the home at this point that they are aware of. However, there is a relative inside. Nobody has been harmed at this point. But again, people are going to be waking up, coming through this area, so make sure you avoid it, because this is very much so a dangerous situation.